Ladies and gentlemen, Cowboys Nation, football fans across the country, stop what you're doing, because we have breaking news that's going to set the NFL world on fire. The Dallas Cowboys have pulled off one of the boldest, most unexpected, and possibly most game-changing moves of the offseason, signing none other than All-Pro safety Justin Simmons. That's right, it's official, Justin Simmons is a Dallas Cowboy. This is not a drill. This just happened, and the implications for the NFC, the Cowboys' defense, and the entire league cannot be overstated. Justin Simmons, the longtime heart and soul of the Denver Broncos defense, the man known for being one of the most intelligent, instinctual, and physically gifted safeties in the league, is now heading to Dallas to join a defense that already includes some of the biggest names in the game. Micah Parsons, Trevon Diggs, DeMarcus Lawrence, and now Justin Simmons. If you're a quarterback in the NFC, be very, very afraid. Because the Cowboys are no longer just contenders, they might be the team to beat. Let's talk about what makes this deal so massive. Simmons was released by the Denver Broncos earlier this year in what many saw as a cost-cutting move, a salary cap casualty in a league that's increasingly becoming about dollars and cents. But make no mistake, Simmons is not some washed-up vet trying to squeeze one more paycheck out of his career. He's still at the peak of his powers, a player with elite football IQ, a sideline-to-sideline presence, and one of the most respected voices in any locker room he enters. He's racked up over 500 tackles, 30-plus interceptions, and a reputation for being one of the most dependable safeties in the game. And now, the Cowboys have brought him into the fold, instantly elevating their defense from great to elite. What's most fascinating is how quiet this move was. No media leaks. No long, drawn-out rumors. No agents feeding information to insiders. Just boom announcement out of nowhere, and Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and every NFL newsfeed blew up instantly. Fans are calling it the biggest steal of the offseason. Analysts are calling it the smartest move Jerry Jones has made in years. And social media? It's gone absolutely nuclear. Cowboys fans are celebrating in the streets, and even some rival fans are grudgingly admitting this is a power move. So how did this come together? According to sources close to the team, the Cowboys had been monitoring Simmons since his release, but wanted to make sure they could offer a competitive deal that wouldn't hamstring them financially. With the new cap projections coming in and the front office managing to free up just enough room by restructuring a few contracts, the stars aligned. Simmons had taken meetings with multiple teams, including a rumored strong offer from a playoff team in the AFC, but in the end, it was Dallas that won out, not just because of the money, but because of the opportunity. Simmons wanted to play for a contender. He wanted to play with elite talent. And more than anything, he wanted to win. Enter Dallas. With one of the best defensive coordinators in the league, Dan Quinn, returning after speculation he'd take a head coaching job, the Cowboys made their pitch. And Simmons bought in. He reportedly loved the vision the Cowboys had for him, not just as a veteran voice in the locker room, but as a leader on the field. He's expected to immediately take over a starting role at free safety, where his ball-hawking ability and natural instincts will complement the aggressive, physical style of Trevon Diggs. Pair that with the sideline-to-sideline range of Micah Parsons and you've got a defense that's going to be an absolute nightmare for offenses to prepare for. Let's take a moment to look at what Simmons brings to the table. This is a guy who has not only led the league in interceptions in multiple seasons, but also someone who consistently grades out as one of the top safeties in pass coverage. He's a cerebral player who studies film like a quarterback, understands route combinations, and baits QBs into mistakes. But he's also a thumper in the run game. He can play in the box, come down and hit, and isn't afraid of physical contact. He's durable, reliable, and perhaps most importantly, a proven leader. On a team full of young stars and explosive personalities, Simmons is the kind of stabilizing presence that championship teams need. We've seen it time and time again in the NFL, teams that get close, but can't quite get over the hump, often need that one veteran leader to bring it all together. Think of what Tyrann Mathieu did for the Chiefs. What Malcolm Jenkins did for the Eagles. What Richard Sherman did for the 49ers. Simmons has the chance to be that guy for the Cowboys. And fans? They're all in. Within minutes of the announcement, Simmons' name was trending across all social platforms. His jerseys in Cowboys blue started flying off digital shelves. The official Cowboys website crashed momentarily due to the influx of traffic. Local sports talk radio lit up with calls. And perhaps most importantly, the players are excited. Micah Parsons tweeted within minutes of the signing, "Let's go. Welcome to the family at J. Sims 1119. Trevon Diggs posted an Instagram story with the caption "No Fly Zone." Even Dak Prescott reportedly called Simmons personally to welcome him to Dallas, calling him a championship piece. And that's exactly what this is. A championship move. In recent years, the Cowboys have had the talent. They've had the stats. They've had the hype. But when the postseason came around, something was missing. Leadership, experience, clutch play in critical moments. Now, they might finally have that missing ingredient. Of course, critics will say Simmons is past his prime. That he's lost a step. That he's not the same player he was in 2020. And to those critics, we say watch the tape. Simmons is still moving at an elite level. He's still making plays. And he's still one of the smartest defenders in the game. If anything, being released by Denver and going through a short stint without a team has only relit the fire. This is a player with something to prove. And now he's in Dallas, on a mission, with a chip on his shoulder the size of the state of Texas. So what's next for the Cowboys? Well, with Simmons locked in, the secondary is solidified. The front seven is already terrifying. And defensively, they've got weapons in CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Tony Pollard, all healthy and ready to explode. With Dak Prescott looking to silence the doubters and Mike McCarthy entering the make-or-break season, the pieces are in place. This team is loaded. This team is hungry. And now, this team is complete. Training camp is going to be electric. The energy around the facility has already shifted. Coaches are calling this the most talented roster they've had in a decade. Vegas has already updated Super Bowl odds, and Dallas has jumped into the top 3. And remember, they were already a playoff team. They didn't need to rebuild. They just needed to reload. And with Justin Simmons, that's exactly what they've done. It's not just a signing, it's a statement. The Dallas Cowboys are telling the league, we are done waiting. We are done falling short. The window is open, and we're going through it. As Simmons himself said in a short video message released after the signing, "I've always respected the star. Now I wear it. Let's go get that ring." That's the mindset. That's the energy. And that's the kind of signing that can change everything. So buckle up, Cowboys Nation. Because if this move is any indication, 2025 is going to be a ride to remember. This is your time. This is your team. And this is your moment. Justin Simmons is in Dallas. And the league has officially been put on notice.